Where the hell's my phone at? Hello everybody, I'm John, and the Gaming Journal has returned, and I'm using a new webcam that doesn't make me look horrible. If you want to know what webcam it is and what it looks like and how it performs, well, you're seeing how it performs right now. But click Diego's little video unboxing thing he did over here. Feels weird that I can do that now. Feels nice, actually. So if you want to know how I recorded things before, I will show you a quick demonstration. You take a iPhone, preferably the biggest one you can buy, which is what I did. It's a mistake. And then, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to switch to the camera microphone for this. Pop that down. Take the iPhone and just shove it in there. And you're good to go. So the Gaming Journal has returned, and if you don't know what the Gaming Journal is, I'm talking a bit too fast. It's me airing my thoughts on any kind of game or game subject that I've been having recently or around the time of recording that I want to talk about that I probably won't talk about in the podcast because I am a forgetful person. So the main thing I'm going to talk about is Destiny and not The Taken King. The Taken King just came out last week. I think it's last week now. How many days? Almost last week on the dot? Yeah, almost last week on the dot. And as the 21st, I should date this. This is the 21st of the 9th, 2015. And I can't see my face anymore and that's distracting. I'm going to talk about Destiny Year 1, which is Destiny, The Dark Below, and House of Wolves from a single-player perspective. And instead of doing a whole nicely written retrospective kind of thing, I'm just going to go off the cuff and split it into pros and cons because that's easier to do when you're just spewing garbage out of your mouth. So let's start with the cons because I feel like it's easier to talk about the negative things because there is more of them in Destiny than the positive things. First big negative is the story, but to be more accurate, the delivery of said story. See, I'm no stranger to games treating story like a radio play. Look at Titanfall. The thing with Titanfall is, it is a multiplayer game through and through. There is matchmaking for everything in that game. Destiny, there is a single player campaign you can go through. But the problem was that the story delivery on it there did not match the mission structure or what they were trying to do with the story. And whatever conspiracy theory you have about Destiny not being a complete game because of what happened in development or whatever, doesn't matter. What happened in Year 1 was that the story was not treated as a single-player story. It felt like almost as an afterthought. Now this rolls on from the story. The second problem I have is that the Grimoire, however you want to pronounce it, are not in the game. In fact, they're still not in the game as The Taken King. I don't know why. They had a chance to fix that. Either way, the fact that the Grimoire cards are not in the game is kind of sucks because the world around Destiny is a very beautiful and very interesting place. My next and final complaint, because I'm wrapping a few issues into this one, is the entire endgame experience of Destiny being a total fucking shit show. And pardon my language. So the best content in Destiny in Year 1 was apparently the Vault of Glass, the first raid. And I would love to see this. But I have a problem. I don't have a community of Destiny players to talk to and play with. And I don't have friends that enjoy Destiny. So getting into Vault of Glass, which I still haven't done, was very, very difficult. Not only does the community system in Destiny require you to leave the game, go to the Bungie forums, and find a clan that suits you, and Australian clans seem to be pretty barren up on there, but also the light level system required you to get random drops to meet the requirements for the raid. Locking content behind a system that requires gear, which for the most part is random, seemed bullshit. And I say seemed to be random because there was a way, and naturally this is the same with any MMO, the fan base figured out how to make that endgame work. There's systems for you to take advantage of, like getting Crucible and Vanguard marks, etc., etc. There's all that there, but the game doesn't explain it to you. And as a result, the endgame just became a frustrating experience. But overall, the endgame in Year 1 was a disaster for somebody with no friends playing Destiny. That is not the last issue I have. And the very last issue, jeez, I forgot. This is what you get for doing it off the cuff. My last problem with the game is the encounter design in Year 1. Getting to the objectives is fine. The open world design is fine. That is perfectly normal. Well, normal, it works well. But when you go into the darkness areas, the part that kills you and respawns you back at the start and you have to do everything over again is where it gets hairy. So let's use the Scourge of Winter, for example. So the Scourge of Winter, the last fight is like a throne room because you're going to the Kel's house to kill the Kel, etc., etc. And it is a wide open room with junk plopped all the way through it. So let's do a little drawing together, shall we? Let's do this together. Okay, so I have everything set up now. And so this square will be the room. This will be the throne room for where the house kill, I forget his name, Javakis or whatever. Yeah, this will be set. I'll make the background black because I'm email like that. And this is going to be one-handed, so it's going to be difficult. So that's it. Okay, so we'll mark the environment in white. Alright, so I need to make this bigger. So this is where the entrance will be. We'll just say the entrance is here. So that's where you're standing right now. And the bits of cover are like this. You have a bit of cover here. You have a bit of cover here. You have an elevator platform here. You have two more. You have stairs here. Cover here. Cover here. This is roughly from memory, by the way. More stairs. Cover. 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 And we'll mark the Kel and his subordinates in red because he's mean and scary. That's where the Kel is. Here's his lieutenants or whatever. And of course you have dregs scattered all across the map. We'll make the dregs green because they're easy. Make them smaller as well. You got dregs all over the place. You know the deal. And vandals, whatever. Like, you get the point. Like, there's enemies just skewed around. So you have plenty of cover to work with, which is fine, and that's good. Because the problem is, if you had little cover, you'd be dead pretty quickly. And the only thing that's saving you in this environment is the cover. But the problem is that the Kel and his subordinates can't, but the Kel can teleport around. So we'll mark the Kel in movement in yellow. Actually, no, we'll mark our movements in yellow. So say I'm hiding here, because my health is low. Say I'm hiding behind this bit of cover right here. We'll mark the Kel in movement, Kel in pink. And as a result, so all these dregs and all the vandals have got my health down, so I am hiding behind and trying not to get shot by every other dreg around me. And at the same time, the Kel can teleport. So he'll be up here, because that's where I saw him. Next minute, he's over here, shooting at me. So what this leads to is the fact that I'm not environmentally aware, because I have to keep on dashing from cover to cover, looking at the walls, looking at the wall I'm going to, and hoping I don't get shot along the way. And there's a lot of this in Destiny. It's the fact that I feel like I'm looking at walls or just jumping away blindly so I don't get hit by some kind of incredibly powerful projectile from the boss or some other stray grenade or a shot by a dreg or a vandal that will kill me instantly. And the only hope I have is jumping behind cover. And without the cover system from a first-person perspective, that sucks. It makes you feel like you're extremely vulnerable. You're staring at walls all the time. You can't understand where your enemies are in the environment. It is just a frustrating experience, and this can cause you to die over and over again if you don't have enough gear, or if you just don't have your class subbed out correctly for toughness and recovery or whatever. Ah, what a piece of art. And that's my final gripe with Destiny, I should say. It's just the encounter design in the game is frustrating due to the fact that there's no cover system and you pretty much have to just stare at walls and hope you don't die. Anyway, we'll go to the pros of the game, and I don't really have much to say on the pros, really, because, well, they're mostly one note, and you can understand why they're a good thing, and it might be pretty subjective as well. The bounty system, even though it required you to have a lot of knowledge of enemies and where these enemies are, the bounty system was fun. I enjoyed what they did with bounties in that game. It was a way to progress in that game that I thought was fun. I like doing quests, and that's just giving you a lot of quests. Let's just go out and play the game. Which wraps into the next thing, is that the shooting in the game is very good. So if they give me plenty of reasons to shoot things, I'm a happy person. And for the most part, they did that. One of the things I love the most about Destiny is the art direction, especially in Year 1. The environments, the enemies, the guns, the armor, a lot of that stuff is really fucking cool. But I imagine a lot of people who played that game single player just wanted to go through that game and see more of the art, because what they did is very, very impressive. And especially now that I'm getting more into the Taken King and I'm seeing the exotics from Year 1, I can see why people hunted that stuff down so much. You don't have to take my word for it. You can look up any kind of video and see what I mean. So now that I've ranted on for a little bit, I feel like that's probably the end of this video. Hopefully it's not too long, because I've stumbled a bit. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'm going to eat because I'm starving. Why did I even bother saying that? Anyway, goodbye. That was the worst ending of all time. Jesus Christ. Yeah, just I can't say Grimoire.